Good morning, folks. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Duggan, and we are back in Minecraft this week, pushing to finish West Hill. I don't know if it's going to happen this week, but it will absolutely happen this month. We only have a few more things left to do. We're going to check off a couple of quick things today if we can, and then attack the basement of the keep, which is going to be turned into a distillery. So there's a few things left, but we're getting there. There's also a brand new episode of the Spawn Chunks out right now, and I don't know if you've heard, but the Spawn Chunks have been removed from Minecraft. Or at least they will be in the next drop. And that is what we named the show after. So we had a lot of fun on yesterday's podcast at the opening because we had several people online reach out to say, so sorry for your loss. How are you going to rebrand? The Spawn Chunks has been canceled. Although saying canceled is a little bit of a misnomer because we don't want people to think that the show is going away. It's not. I also don't want people to think that the show is changing its name. It's not. We are perfectly fine staying the Spawn Chunks. But it was pretty funny. And shout out to Slice Lime, who we raid quite often here on the channel, the tech lead at Minecraft, for giving a shout out to us ahead of time. No context, just said, so sorry, Pix and Joel. And then the snapshot came out a little bit later. And then another shout out to Whip, who had reached out to say, so sorry, looking forward to the rebrand. Lots of good laughs around the cancellation or the removal, of the Spawn Chunks from Minecraft. So it's been a fun time. If you want to check that out, it's available now on YouTube. You can also listen on Spotify or watch on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. The Spawn Chunks is always free. The main episode is always free. So if you're into Minecraft and you want the weekly news, the weekly updates on the snapshots, then you can go and get that on your favorite podcasting app. Now, speaking of snapshots, I'm going to be starting a snapshot world. I don't know if I'm going to be playing long enough today for the snapshot to come out and start a new snapshot world on that snapshot, or if I will be starting a new snapshot world tomorrow for the stream. I want to explore the copper golem. I want to explore the shelves. They're in Java edition now. That's what happened last week on the news. And there's usually, now that the snapshots are back, a snapshot every Tuesday for me, it's 1 p.m., which is 3 hours from now. So we'll have to see what's going to go on. So if anybody in my Discord or anybody in my chat sees a snapshot come out, throw a link in chat, let me know, because we might shift gears later on today and dabble around in the snapshot. I'm going to start doing that at least on Wednesdays, maybe on Tuesdays. It depends. Unfortunately, the timing, I just moved the streams to 10 a.m. during the week, and the snapshots don't come out until noon or 1. So I can't see myself doing like another 2-hour stream at that point. So chances are snapshot streams are going to be Wednesdays for the next little bit. And it might not be every week. If there's an update in the snapshot that doesn't really appeal or doesn't really need exploring in the game, then I won't do a stream in the snapshot. I'll just continue on with West Hill. But that's the plan. SweetSandi, good to see you. Hope everyone's doing well this morning. And we're just going to jump right in. So I have a few things to put away here because we cleaned up our mess from doing all of the rivers and all of the landscaping. My frame rate is abysmal right now. I don't know what is going on. I don't have any processes going on in the background. Media player, all the things that are running are just the things that need to be running. Don't know why. Things are being dumb. I think we do bushes, mangrove leaves, and bone meal goes somewhere. Looks right. Now this just needs to get emptied. So those are spares. Turf these. I don't know that we need this many poppies. I wonder if we have enough red dye. We probably do. We absolutely do. Okay. Lots of yellow dye. Wow. I am going to keep the grass. Got a funny feeling we might need that at some point. Nice. Good to have that cleaned up. And feel like I saw some netherwort over here. Oh, it was full. That was one other thing we wanted to change. There's some netherwort farms I wanted to mess around with. Honeycomb. Could absolutely use a top up here. And I also think we can kind of want to put honeycomb in the copper box too. I think I'll take that out. I think I have another copper box somewhere too. Yeah, there it is there. Shouldn't say it's a box, it's a copper. A copper. Oh no, this is a shelter box. Because it was brown, I thought it was a chest for a second. Nether box. One thing that I'm absolutely going to need to do is reorganize my shulkers after we finish Westell. Whenever we move on to the next project, I'm definitely going to have some elements redesigned. Oh, that's full? Not full enough. Xanthanex, hello, how's it going? You get the joy of sorting through public records for property information. Wow, for your 106-year-old house. Wow, that's crazy. I bet you there's some history there. Is it new? Are you a new homeowner? SweetSandi, you finally got some rain. Nice. We no longer have a muggy heat wave here. Doing all right. So in the book, we have the fish cabin green and the bee farm waterfall and keep basement, which is this space here. This is where we're sitting. I also have to repair my elytra soon. No other tools, I don't think, are really on their last legs. I don't think we've got mending on that pickaxe. Although, you know what? I could probably put mending on that pickaxe. I don't even know. Do I have enough netherite to even make another pick? No. I do have a mending book. All the important stuff has got mending on it. It's a weird assortment. Oh, what do we want to call this? I guess we can just leave it. It doesn't need a name. So not exactly worth a trip all the way to get repairs at the minute. Having issues with new renters of the house next door who doesn't seem to understand the nuance of having shared a driveway. Oh, Zenthane, that sounds like drama. Man, something I'm not looking forward to. Hopefully, when I eventually own a home, I will have neighbors that we get along with. I've heard about that kind of stuff with like property line debates and stuff like that. People wanting to build like a shed on a property and realizing that you've built it like half on your neighbor's lawn or something like this. Stuff like that is just so, I don't know, petty, I guess. I'm not saying you're petty. I'm saying it sounds like your neighbors are likely petty from your description of the situation. Okay, so that green space that we have, I'm going to go take a look at it and see what we actually want to do. Because that should be an easy thing to knock out here at the top of the stream. Plus, it's fun to now walk through this very finished area. Sandy says when we bought our house a few years ago, we looked for and bought a house that doesn't share things with neighbors, fences, but those are the kind of given to share. Right, yeah. So this is the waterfall that we need to finish. I've got some ideas. I might be able to knock this out today too. I would like to check both of these things off as soon as possible. So pretty rough around the edges, but I think we can use some coarse dirt here to make it look a lot nicer. And then we'll have more rock stuff happening at the bottom as opposed to going all the way up. That should be fun. And I also think I might put in some nether wart up here instead of all of this beetroot. I feel like these little beds could be, some of these little beds could be more red. A little repetitive. Either this one right here, or maybe this one right here could be switched over. Speaking of beds, thought I brought one. SweetSandi subscribing at tier 1. Thanks so much, SweetSandi. Appreciate it. And thank you for all the moderation help. Zenthane says, yeah, the property line goes right down the middle of the drive. Oh, that's rough. I have a parking spot next to my house, but they're just parking their cars in the driveway, blocking access to me at all. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, it's, look, as someone that has been priced out of the Canadian housing market in a ridiculous fashion, I understand that this neighbor drama is probably the bane of your existence right now, but forgive me if I'm still a little bit jealous that you actually own a home and that you had a good deal on it. What part of the world are you in, Zenthane, if you don't mind me asking? That's right. I forgot to mention the new Patreon server launch. I did. So if you're a member of my Patreon page, which is patreon.com/JoelDuggan, one of the options that you have available to you is to join the community server. If you want to support at the community server level, then you'll get access to a survival world and a creative world for this month because there's a special going on. It's 20% off for the next 2 weeks. It ends on the 15th of August. And it's already up and running. There's a bunch of people playing. Some new people have come in. I know the Nookie is on there. SweetSandi is also spearheading some stuff. And there's a private chat on the Patreon, not on the Patreon, on the Discord, so that just the members of the server can have little Minecraft chats amongst themselves and discuss what's going on in the server. So that stuff is really, really cool. And it's also a fantastic way to support me. I really, really appreciate it. So if you're looking to play Minecraft with some like-minded folks, then check out patreon.com/JoelDuggan. This is the space we need to fill in. It is just a little bit bare, and I want to say we can probably put like a rock or something there. I don't know if we've done one nearby. It does not look like we have. So that's good. I think the closest one is by the bee farm. So I'm just going to go get the landscaping boxes and we'll come back and we'll knock this out. It should be pretty straightforward. And we'll walk by the beehive as well. Or the beehives, the bee farm. I feel like I need to put... There needs to be some sort of cross path. What was I saying the other day? I wanted to have it go maybe this way. Although I like this little thistle thing. We could probably make a path right there. No, it does. It feels very separate. I think I'm the only person as the creator of this world that wants to cut across there, but I guess neighbors, they may or may not want a wall. I don't know. Feels like there probably should be some sort of path connecting. Maybe even just like along the back here? No. It would make sense. I think it would make sense to have it go through here. Yeah. Here's the kind of rock thing that I think would look good in that green space. So you can kind of see like this empty spot right there. And things like this tend to fill it up. So we've got moss, all the green stuff, andesite, stone. Yeah, that should be pretty easy to do. Zenthane says, I feel for you, Joel. It's really expensive to live where I do. I'm in southeast Wisconsin. Okay. I think a friend of mine moved to Wisconsin or Wyoming. I can't remember. Mattcast was on the server. He moved from California to somewhere in the Midwest. You grew up in the area. You got the house with a very gracious gift for your wedding. That's amazing. The house has gone from 215 to almost 400K in 5 years. I believe it. So around here, 400K is what a nice semi-detached goes for. So a duplex, half of a duplex, not the whole thing, just the half that you're living in. If you wanted to buy a whole duplex, you'd be looking at like 800 grand. Like, it's just silly. Like, so many people, especially folks like me that work from home, like an ideal situation for me would be to buy a duplex, live in one half and rent the other to help pay for everything, because I'd be around to like take care of it. I'd be mowing my lawn anyway, so I might as well mow, you know, my immediate neighbor, right? Yeah, it's look up housing price for people curious. Look up housing prices around Halifax, Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. For where we are and for the average income around here, it's incredibly problematic. All right, need that. We're gonna need the bushes. We're gonna need that. Probably that too. I'll bring the grass and the dirt because we'll have to offset some removal. I don't know. Bring bone meal. I'll bring some flowers just in case. And then we need andesite and stone. Probably some tuff and some cobble. I don't know about gravel. That should be good. I'm going to bring these two in case we decide to do that path. That probably won't take very long. Oh, is that the right one? Nope, that's the wrong one. I've got my brain churning about what kind of hidden door I'm going to put there. I need to figure out what kind of method I want to use to open it. I don't want it to be high tech. I want it to feel very medieval. So I need to find a way, probably like with a comparator output from something. Like throwing an item on a pressure plate, maybe. I kind of feel like there needs to be a little path here too. It's interesting when you start to walk around in a world that you've created, you can start to see where the shortcuts are. And it makes a lot more sense to actually make paths where you tend to walk all the time. CSA, thanks for the follow. Oops. Even with the labels, I still put these in the order that I want them, or always have put them. Whoops. You know what? Let's just put this on the ground. All right, we are going to need andesite, stone, probably some tuff. We might not need all of the stuff. I find that acacia leaves go well with azalea leaves. And then we need the moss and all the different textures. Right. I don't think I want another tree here. No, I think a rock is probably the best way to go. So let's just create a shape. Try to do something different than what I've done before. I wonder if it would be good to actually try to make a decent sized rock. That's okay. Maybe we'll do 2. Oops. Blast Jordan subscribing at tier 1, 6 months in advance. Blast Jordan, that's amazing. Thank you ever so much. How's your day going? What's shaking? I like this, but I think it needs a little bit of variation. I wonder what it would look like if I changed this shape. Nope. Maybe this. A little bit better. There we go. Now we're cooking. Oh, nope. Not bad. Retro Shaggy coming in with the Prime sub. Thanks so much, Retro. And that's a hype train. Cheers. Thanks for kicking that off. Folks, if you want to participate, it is 100 bits or a tier 1 sub here on Twitch to get a new emote from Twitch. And of course, the higher the level, the emotes change as they go up. And we're about 62%. I say about, we're exactly 62% with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left on that hype train. Thanks again, Retro. Appreciate it. That's like 1, 2, 3 subs already today. That's amazing. Thank you. All right. I know I've got buttons here somewhere. Lots of them. We're probably going to have to replace some of these as we change the ground, but I think that's looking pretty good. That looks all right. We're a little bit into the river biome, I think. Well, still sunflower plains. Lady B56 coming in with a tier 1. That is pushing us up to 93% with just a minute and a half left on that level 1 hype train. Thanks so much, Lady B. Lady B, I think that's your first sub. That means that you can connect to the Discord. So join the Joel Duggan Discord. There should be in your connections tab on Discord. Now that once you connect Twitch and Discord, look for the Joel Duggan Discord in your connections. There's a link in chat from Sandy on how to do that. Speaking of Sandy, 100 bits. Thanks ever so much. That's a first level done. We now have the timer reset. 4.5 minutes, level 2. So it's a tier 1 sub or 100 bits to participate. Thanks ever so much, folks. So I find once you get these elements installed, you just kind of fan out from there. And go kind of like in layers of texture. And then I look around to see what other things have been placed. Maybe we'll put one of those here. Jumbo Sale Gaming with 200 bits. Thanks so much, Jumbo Sale. Good to see you. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Oh, I didn't bring over any bushes. We probably should do that. Seeing an opportunity for some stuff. Nice. Zenthane X coming in with 5 gifted subs. That's amazing. Let's see if I recognize anybody. Noir Genius, great username. Slurf Point, also great username. Now a Mike, clever. And I'm Jenny and the Masurk. Hey, I recognize the Masurk. You've all got gift subs, so make sure you thank Zenthane X in chat and then connect your Discord and your Twitch and join us in the Discord. You can do that for the next month. And then if you want to continue that on, you can either continue that on here on Twitch, or you can continue your Discord membership for less by joining Patreon. It's a little bit more affordable than Twitch, depending on how you like to spend your entertainment budget. Hyped 1X Geek, hello. Welcome in. And thanks, yeah. I think it's a pretty chill vibe here on the stream. Guess that would be a rock, wouldn't it? think this back rock is looking pretty good. Like I said, I did not think this was going to take very long. See, this switching, constantly switching tools is what I really want like a Hot Wheel for. Actually, that reminds me. I've been playing Grounded 2 on Xbox, and it's harder than I thought it was going to be. But I do really like it. And I've been debating whether or not I want to stream it. And I don't know whether I should go with like... If I do Game Pass Ultimate, I could bring my save over, but then I wouldn't have like the whole experience here on stream with everybody. So I'm debating getting it on Steam. It's only $40 for early access. It seems like it would be probably worth it long term. But I'm definitely playing it a lot in my evenings. And I can see it being fun with people too. Hyped1X, regularly watch your podcasts. Sorry for your loss. Spawn chunks getting removed. To clarify, yes, very funny. Don't worry, we're not rebranding the podcast, but it is pretty funny that the spawn chunks have been removed from the game. Oh, nope. Maybe we'll actually do another leaf thing here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's switch those. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good for that back rock. Nice. That is a level 3 hype train completed. And thanks again for the 100 bits at that last second there, Lady B. I really appreciate it. What emote did I get? Because it's new. It is a dog getting a little medal. Well, this makes things nice and gray. Blech. Okay. Cool. So that's the back rock done. So now we just have to do this one. And I have to think about how I want to do this. I feel like we'll probably just snake around some moss and then start replacing it as we need to. Oh, that's why it didn't work. Yeah, pretty good. I need to go take a quick flight back at look at the thistle patches that I put outside of the main gate, because they turned out really well, but I'm struggling to remember how I did them. So a little bit more mossy cobble and a lot more carpets. And it looks good with tough, too. Maybe this rock at the front needs to be a different color. Let's try it. Yeah. I think we'll go with andesite in the ground. There. Or I could go with tuff in the ground. Still do that. And then also have some mossy cobble. Because this is going to stretch out this way. I think the way to do that is going to be like this. And then maybe throw in some carpets. Whoops. Guess that can just be moss. It's hard to do in the rain. It's very gray. Yeah, we weren't even live for a full hour before it started raining. Some days it's just brutal. It just rains all the time. How soon can you sleep? Is it only 30 seconds? Only 30 seconds sooner, I guess. It's obviously not a thunder shower. It must be just 30 seconds sooner. Yep. 32. We've transitioned from rain graying everything out to the shadow of a tree graying everything out. pretty good. Don't know if I need more. Might want to sneak in another rock bit a little bit closer up here. Does that feel a little bit even? That feels a little bit even, doesn't it? That's better. Say that pretty much does it. I don't think I really want to go too crazy here. Maybe I could drop another leaf bit in here. Go with acacia. Sorry, azalea. And then another one back here. Maybe that has to be acacia. Yep. A little bit of layering. Not there. That's a little bit too similar. Maybe we can put in another rock up here. I think that looks pretty good. Something about the grass is bugging me. I don't know whether we have too much. Switching the rock to tough was a good idea. That or andesite. It was stone before. Try it. It might make sense to make it look like all one rock piece. Yeah. Maybe we can get away with tough over this way. I really wish we had like proper pebble blocks, like rock blocks, or like rocks like flowers get placed. That would be kind of fun. Actually, that's something we could probably toss in here is maybe some wildflowers. Where's the closest? Don't really have much going on for flowers, do we? I think I used them over at B place. Yeah. You okay? Planting flowers makes me think you have a fever. Yeah, that's fair. Need another rock. Right there, maybe? Hmm. Yeah. That feels a little bit too even now. Yeah, I think that's good. Stream time is an hour. I'm gonna use that as an excuse to call this done. Always nice to just jam out a little build at the start of a stream. Need to empty the grass. Nice. So we will dump off the grass on the way back. Yeah, that looks much better. And we're putting all that stuff underneath the graveyard. We should have room, I think. I never remember to have torches on me when I come over here. I think it's this one. getting close to full. Might as well just top it up. And that, I think, is all of our grass storage. Completely full. Yep. That's this whole row is grass. That dirt is full. Yikes. So figure out what's going on there. All right, folks, I take a break once an hour. Gives me a chance to just step away, grab another drink. You can grab a friend, let them know that we're streaming, and we will be back in just a few minutes. All right, we wanted to look at those paths and maybe potentially add a couple little dirt paths at the potato and the beet farm. Let's go look at that. It's really weird that the pickaxe doesn't bob. Like the shovel bobs when I run, but the pickaxe just kind of like sits there. It bobs a little bit, but it's for whatever reason it's a weird discrepancy. I feel like everything else kind of bounces around. Yeah. So yeah, what I was thinking was adding these paths between the neighbors. I think because you can see that dirt stair there, like it feels like there should be like a little zoop right up here. And I also think we could add in a little path here. I think maybe this would make the most sense to just extend this right up that way. Yeah. Let's do that. First, though, we get to check something off in the book. Cabin green space. Done. All right, let's try this. Not gonna unload in any particular order. Although, if we do, maybe this will be the spot where we set up for the waterfall too. Maybe we'll do that. Let's go here. Where's that coming out? That's coming out there. The only thing about this stuff is that we are now very tight on space. Where? Right. Okay, so I'm thinking We just grab some coarse dirt and lay this out quickly. See how it's going to look. My guess would be right here. Yeah, I think that'll work. Might have to get rid of this too. And probably put in like a plank and a trapdoor. That bush might be a problem. I might have to nudge that down or just reverse it. Oh, that's annoying. That's a little bit better. I don't know. Feels a little weird. I think maybe this. Yeah. That should also be. Maybe this is where this could go. Nope. Tricky. Yeah, there's something about this that needs to feel... Maybe this needs to be a stair instead of a slab. That might be what I need to do. That's a little bit better. That might work. And if I use one of the new bush blocks that we didn't have when we made the wall, I say block, but yeah, okay. I think that's better. Yeah, now I just need some texture. We should be good. maybe not that one. Pretty good. And maybe a little carpet to define it. Same thing up here. And also use some of the leaf litter as well. Get some more of that. Nice. Yeah, I think that works. And then we'll just kind of do something similar over here. Probably right there. A dangerous path. Guess sacrifice these. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I guess we could almost leave the stair, maybe just make it wood, make it look more intentional. Something I do find challenging about Grounded that I mentioned earlier is the constant eating and drinking and having to balance all that. I'm spoiled by endgame Minecraft giving me a lot of like high saturated food, and there's no drinking mechanic in Minecraft, of course. But mostly it's the combat. I think the combat is really what I find the most challenging. Do I want a trapdoor there? I might. More rain. Less than an hour later. One of these days I'm just going to pull the trigger and install a mod that just says rain is only going to happen at a certain percentage of the time. If we do that, I feel like we need to make this a muddy block. I think that's pretty solid. Work some of these back in. Almost want to put up another trapdoor.
News in chat.
Hey, Cosmic Dancer, thanks very much for the heads up. SweetSandi, thank you for the Ghost Destiny TTS sticker and the bits. That's very kind of you. Minecraft Snapshot 25W32A. That's early. Is it me or is that earlier than it normally comes out? I don't know about that. Feels a little bit distracting here. Let's take a look at that in just a second because I'm almost done with this path. Whoops. I definitely need more leaf litter, so we're gonna go grab some of that. Not sure where else I have it. This is something I didn't expect to do, but it's really not taking very long. I would say it's a 4:30 p.m. here in Sweden, and most work days end at 5 p.m. Oh, okay. I always thought it was closer to noon for me, but I could be wrong. Cool. Leaf litter. I think we have some over here. Yes. Cool. Well, it's raining here on the server and I can't sleep. Let's go take a look at that. Let's just see. Grab that link from chat. Snapshot 25W32A. Another Tuesday, another snapshot release alongside technical updates and bugs fixes. This week we're introducing a coppery collection of goodies from our third game drop this year. Build with copper torches, lanterns, chains, and bars, and watch them develop that stunning signature patina. With this week's release, you'll also find that items displayed in the shelves have learned the noble art of sitting down. Items displayed in shelves have learned the noble art of sitting down. I wonder what that means. New features. We've got copper golem decorations. Is anything in the copper torches are green? Chains. Oh, copper bars. I was thinking it was going to be something horizontal. I didn't realize it was going to be like iron bars. Iron bars are not my favorite. At least not in that form. Alone, as a single bar, they can be kind of useful. The art of sitting down. What is going on there? That's strange on that sign. Copper torch. A green variant of torch. Crafted from the copper nugget, coal, and a stick. Functionally identical to the torch. Okay, so same light. Just green light. I wonder, like, see, this is the kind of stuff that I think they're doing ahead of vibrant visuals. I think that's going to be really interesting. Copper bars, functioning like the existing iron bars, made of copper and oxidized over time. Function like the existing chains. Copper lanterns, similar to regular lanterns, but uses copper and a copper torch. Oh, copper torch. Because they're green? Yes, they are green. Those would look good as like the bare copper. Like this color copper. You can't see my mouse. I don't think you can anyway. No. So the copper of the chest as a lantern, I think, would look better than the oxidized. Items on the shelf have been repositioned to sit on the shelf. Oh, so they're not any bigger. That's not good. All copper golem statues now always drop an item when mined, and all copper golem statues now pop off as an item when pushed by a piston. Change the copper trapdoor recipe to use 4 copper ingots instead of 6, so it's cheaper. That also lines up, I think, with the iron trapdoor, if I'm not mistaken. Data pack resource version is now 65.1. This is all just texture pack stuff. Resources. Any bugs that stand out? Nothing too crazy. All right, we'll probably cover this in detail on the spawn chunks, but that is cool and gives us something fun to play around with in a snapshot stream. Nice. We may do that today. Okay, what was I gonna do back here? Yeah, need to sleep now. Well, that's good to know. After about 90 minutes on my Tuesday stream, there's a new snapshot. So we could potentially be playing in the snapshot world on Tuesday and then just update it to the latest snapshot live. So Tuesdays might be the best day, because that way I could do a little bit of gameplay prepping for something. Thanks again, Cosmic. Really appreciate the heads up. So this feels a little bit funny. I feel like this would probably not be super green. I feel like I need a little bit more wood. Maybe this would be a good spot to put a jungle log. Or not log, plank. Yeah, I think that works. Maybe a couple more textures over this way. Not bad. Nope. Almost want to put another bush over here. Yeah, let's grab another bush. Oh. Yes. What if I move this? And put something else there. That's a little bit better. Nice. I think that probably looks pretty cool in the map too. Yep. Oh, that's a weird. Oh, right. Leaf litter comes up on the map as like a full brown block. Really strange. I wish it didn't do that actually. Hmm. Too much, maybe? That's a little bit better. Cool. I think these two little path additions are solid. And I think they're done. Now, I don't have jungle out here with me. Oh, no, that was from here? Yes. So one thing I wanted to try was putting in some netherwort up here. This is just a lot of the same. All that beetroot. And I really like this. I think this looks really cool. I think maybe even minus the berry bushes. Although we could probably do those too. So the question is, where do we want to do it? You're not going to be able to see them from the road if we do the top tier. I want to say we at least do these. And then may decide later. Daniil, thanks very much for the follow. May decide later to drop it down to this tier as well. But it's a pretty easy thing to do. It's just a matter of if we have enough netherwort. I think we do. And it's all just soul. Oh, there's a little bit of coral in there too. Okay. Soul soil. Sorry, soul sand. Soul sand. Mangrove roots. Fire coral. Fans might not work. Did I bring the wrong thing? They're in the flowers. There they are. Maybe? When did you get a pink diamond? Recently. I went through and changed a bunch of settings, tweaking some roles on the Twitch backend, and added a couple of VIPs. There's been a number of people that have been coming by on the regular at these morning streams that are new, that haven't subbed, so I wanted to try to give them a shout out and a thank you. And then as I was there, I was also throwing it at some of the people that have just been around for a long time. Oh, you're welcome, Blast. I mean, gosh, you've got a space keystone badge. Like, you've been subbed for, I'm not sure how long. As a matter of fact, I can tell you, 26 months. From earlier today. I knew it was a big number. So I don't know about this section, but I definitely want to try these ones. So we'll put all of this down first. That looks like a zombie was here. It's going to be really bright on the map. That might not be the best idea. I don't know, we'll try a couple. Maybe we will have to bring in a bunch of bushes to break it up a bit. I need to go get a bucket of water. Or several. Three should be okay. So coral would probably look good in places like here. I don't think the coral fan is going to look that good. Probably not. That does change the color on the map. Not that that's a huge deal. I think having a couple of those is probably going to be good. I don't know whether those should be on the edge or whether they should be kind of in the middle. Well, they look okay on the edge. We only have so much of these, which is... we might have to go back and get more stuff. I think 2 coral for each row makes sense. I don't know. I feel like I have a way to make coral blocks, but I think you have to. I think we still have to collect the fire coral. There's a weird hitbox in the way. Now the question is, does that also need the berry bushes mixed in there to make it look not so bold? And these can go basically anywhere. They're more purpley pink than they are red pink, though. I don't think that's going to work. I can't think of anything else red that would go there. That would make sense. Mushrooms we can't plant because it's in the broad daylight. So if I was going to add some of those green bushes, I would probably put it in like places like here. And then maybe back here. I'm curious what this is going to look like when you're coming into the valley. Oh, the green might help. Green might help make it a little bit closer to this other stuff. Of course, that other patch we really can't see. What do we think, chat? I think the berry bushes are helpful. It's cool to see it up here. Yeah. So they're taller than the coral, so I should try to put them in places where it's not going to block the coral. Probably here. Fortunately, we just have to wait for the nether wart to grow up. So it looks like my snapshot playthrough is going to be very copper focused, which is interesting because I've not really done much with copper, so that should be kind of fun. Now, we don't have enough coral to do this. Cosmic said they had coral that I could borrow, so maybe that'll be the fastest way. Interesting, I didn't realize this was waterlogged. And I guess we'll put a bush and maybe this position. And over here. I'll put a fan down for now, and then we'll replace it later. Oh, maybe I have to put it here. Oh, I guess the water next door is what's making the soil dark. That would make sense. You forget that it's got like a 9-block radius. And then I guess we'll do coral there as well. Boro, are you going to put the coral back when you're finished with it? Yes, there should be coral in one of my mini chests. Okay, cool. I mean, if not, I can always go to the coral reef and get some. It's not a big deal. I'm just going to check our data pack. I don't think I can break this down. No. I think we can only craft... No. Yeah, so we have to collect the fans manually. That's fine. Oh, I need more mangrove roots. I know I've got them, I just don't have them here. Baudet, hello, hello. And yes, yeah, I caught on. Caught on after a minute. Joke of the day is like, are you sure you do a new show about Minecraft? Like, are you sure? We'll just take a couple of these. I'm really looking forward to getting out of the countryside and back into the basement of the keep. I feel like it's going to be fun to just focus on stone and inside and details for a little bit. All right, so where did I want to put the... I think I'll put the other one... Probably here. And I forgot the water. Kind of using the pond for what it should be used for. I don't think the fans are really going to be great. We could maybe utilize them a little bit, but I think the coral, the fire coral is going to be better. This is going to be really simple, this one. Probably not going to have to do a lot. There's a bunch of birds chirping in my backyard, and it sounds to me like really nice ambient sounds in Minecraft. I wish we had more of that. All right, so that's like a little chunk of this farm. I'm kind of wondering if I should do more eventually, but we need to let this grow up. And I need to go get more fire coral. And I need to repair the elytra. So we'll go on a little field trip. Brother SkullDaisyGimp, love your world. Just need to say that again. Well, thanks very much. I really, really appreciate it. I'm glad that people really like it. It's hard to get a lot of momentum on YouTube and on social media for a world that's older. Like the Citadel is an 8-year-old server, and this is a 4.5-year-old build. So, some of the feedback I've received lately, not a lot, just some, has been like people are bored with hearing me talk about it. So, I'm really hoping to have a little bit more variety happening once we finish this up. I was mentioning to Pixel Riffs on the spawn chunks that we need to beat the dragon a bunch of times, and this is more decorative than anything else. And we need to open up like the end portal gateway stuff. That goes back in here. There's also like the modern city, and I want to do the sci-fi world and kind of cool stuff like that. Those can go in there. I don't think I need this anymore. And bring that with us. Actually, I should bring that with us too. So we needed coral and maybe a little refresh on the nether wart. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea to bring back some nether wart in case we want to do more. So I will add that to the shopping list. I know where to get that. That's easy. I think that's it. Yeah. Anyway, it is time for a break. So I'm going to jump in here. And when we come back, oh, I should not leave the door open though. When we come back, we will head to the main area on the server, get some coral, and repair the elytra, and grab some more nether wart and stuff in case this ends up looking really cool and we want to expand the nether wart garden a little bit more on the potato farm. So anyway, hang into your servers and hold on to your nuggets and all that kind of fancy stuff. I'll be back in like 5 or 6 minutes. All right, I'm gonna sleep real quick. Moira, hello. I see you found our way into the Discord. Good stuff. Oh, I've been playing this entire time. No wonder I'm feeling strange. My FOV was low. Wish I had noticed that a lot sooner. Dosage, hello. Been a minute. Hope you're well. Sunk block fallacy, thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. Neil, did I ask you how you found the stream? I don't remember. I don't think I need anything else. Does anybody remember if there was something else that I needed when I was gone looking for things before? I don't remember. Mikatu, good to see you. It's so hard not to come back here and redo this path with all the different blocks that we have now, but I'm trying to my best to like always move forward with this build rather than going back. I mean, I say that as we're revamping a garden. So the nether wart is going to be right inside the nether, so that's going to be easy to get. Probably grab that first. This is another thing that we could do as a project, is make this a tidier build with all the portals. Hello? Loading? Jeez. I don't know whether the hoe actually gives you more or not. This hasn't been loaded, so it's not growing up very much since last time we were here. We'll at least get a little top up. Not very much, though. $12. That was not worth it. Okay, do I have more kicking around? I could... Stems and roots. Oh! What do those have to be put on? That could be fun. Here's some nether wart. Let's do that. Leaping vines. Probably has to be on Nylium. I might have some coral in my chests, actually. All right, chests with coral. I do not have what I thought I had. Maybe here? Nope. Nope. Maybe one more place. then we'll go check Cosmics. I'll get another word there too. Man, the landscaping around here looks so basic compared to what we do now in West Hill. It's so early day Minecraft. It's awesome. Such a flashback. Yay for speed beacons everywhere. Man, talk about a crazy undertaking. If I was to come back and do a lot of landscaping in Dartmouth Meadows, that would be so much work. Like even this, such a basic path. I guess I probably could have gone through the nether, couldn't I? Sorry, this is more fun. Resist the urge. Yeah, no kidding, right? Shortcut. Cosmic said there should be some fire coral. Hopefully there's not, because I don't want to take all the coral. No, I'm going to try and do some smaller projects after this before I get into the big sci-fi area. I think it'll be good to kind of bounce around the server and do some other things. Fun to work on some mechanics. I want to do a shulker box farm, but I think I actually want to put that in my sci-fi zone, so I'll have to figure out where that's going to be. I have the coordinates. I have to figure out what the plan is going to be. Moving shulkers, yeah. That'll be interesting. Especially because it's going to be really far away. That's all right. I don't mind infrastructure projects. I think that could be fun. I've never had to make like a ice boat road or anything like that before. Can you leash shulkers? I don't think so. Did I go too far? I was reading chat. I think I went too far. There we go. Coral. I know Cosmic uses coral to great effect in the gardens. We might just have to look. That TikTok video of me stealing a mangrove stack from Cosmic has got 15,000 views. I'm not sure what it has on YouTube. This marine. I was too far? Yeah, I thought so. Where is the core going to be? Sorry for all the chest opening. There we go. Only 9. I will take 4. I think I only needed 4. Maybe I needed 6. You're not using it, Cosmic? You sure? I'll leave you 1. I might actually... I've got some time. Maybe we can go get some. It's just a Silk Touch pickaxe, right? And I didn't see in chat. Did anybody have any other blocks that they remember that I was short on? Look, pink corals. Don't want pink corals. Well, do I have pink corals? I've got enough to mess with. Oh, it's fine, Cosmic. Yeah, I'm short on mangrove and Nanuki, but I don't need it right now. I want to go west. So we have a huge coral reef on the server. Just not exactly nearby. I don't remember. Is that just not rendering in? What's going on here? Where's our nether roof? This tunnel is closed up. That was weird. I don't know what that just destroyed, but it wasn't me. I didn't do it. I'm flying in a tunnel, Sandy. It's fine. Coral reef. That way. This has really been built up. I've not been out here in a very long time. I'm not sure whether we turn the portal around to face the right way or not. We did. Fantastic. So, this is the size of our coral reef. Like, it is massive. It goes for like 1,000 blocks this way. So, I need basically like all of the big coral pieces. I don't have any of the tall ones. And normally I like to harvest from the backside so that if we're destroying stuff, we're not destroying things where people might want to build. You can see how big it is. It's a very cool area. And looks super cool with shaders. I forgot about that. I should have brought water breeding potions. Sorry, I wasn't planning on being here. I guess I just need all the tall ones, don't I? The blue ones almost look purple. Or no, is the pink ones? Yeah. Pink ones almost look purple. And then everything will just float. We'll be able to get it up here. Wish you could craft the big coral blocks. Check out vanillatweaks.net. We have a data pack on the server that allows you to craft coral blocks out of the coral, which means that once you get enough coral blocks, you can actually create like a bone meal farm and make it renewable so that you don't have to destroy cool coral reefs. I agree. I think it's very strange that Minecraft and Mojang that usually focus on like conservation and responsible, you know, existence on the planet, have encouraged the destruction of coral reefs for building. Whereas if they made it some sort of renewable resource, then I think people could build in and around these things as opposed to trying to or having to destroy them if they wanted to build with coral. So I'm just looking for the tall ones. Something I was thinking about as well with my playtime in Grounded is that I really feel like I'd be better at Grounded with a mouse and keyboard. Say that, and there's still an awful lot going on in the game, and there's a lot of hotbar stuff, so I don't know. I do like the hot swapping wheel that they have on Xbox. It's pretty cool. But you have to kind of get used to like how to quickly heal yourself. I'm not a big hotbar key user. I tend to scroll with my mouse wheel. Alright, so we've got 19, 4, 4. Try to get a few more. Yeah, being underwater with shaders on is epic. I wish that they would grow in a more predictable location. I guess I could just create a farm. I could probably create a farm in my sci-fi zone for these. $24. Maybe we'll grab some more yellow. There's not that many. I think attacking from above is definitely the way to go. Really don't see the blue ones very much. Yeah, we've got a great big mesa over here too, which is fun. All right, 25, 6, 5. I'm not getting very many, am I? I'm just thinking down the line if I need just enough to do a proof of concept, like if I wanted to make something cool in a future build, it's nice to have like a dozen or so of these. think we're losing the light. All right, that's pretty good. Yep. Now I gotta remember to go repair the elytra. You didn't know that there was a mesa biome there? I think that came with the 1.18 update with the caves and cliffs. Yeah, I think this is Anna Marie's houseboat. Houseboat, house float. I'm not sure what it is. Hopefully that wasn't a lot of damage from that ghast. I don't see exactly where it hit. I think it just hit netherrack maybe. Oh yeah, okay. I don't think it hit anything important. Sweet. I need to go to the gold farm, I guess. Sure. Oop. Yeah, I think it was Cosmic that did that tunnel Mikatu. I like our nether hub. I think our nether hub looks cool. What do we got? Nothing. Cool. That needs a proper fuel source. Need the diamond pick. And I need my sword. You don't need to listen to that. Using azalea and flowers and azalea as ceiling coverage? Oh, for sure, yeah. It works out really well. The abrupt silence? Yeah, I know. It's just it's such an annoying sound. I don't think we need it. I'm not gonna be here very long. I'm not getting levels. I'm just repairing the pick and the elytra, which is probably, yeah, already done. We'll just repair the other gear too. It's hard with an auto clicker. Yeah, it's funny, like I turned the music down in Grounded 2 because I found the music was really repetitive. And while it did give you an indication when you were in combat, I found that it was a lot better to be able to hear the little scurries and little footprints of bugs and stuff moving around. And so I'm having a much better, also a much creepier experience with Grounded 2 without the music on. But like I said, I'm really curious to see how that's going to play on the computer. I don't know, because here's the thing. Here's the dilemma. I currently have an old, like, grandfathered plan on Xbox Game Pass console, and now there's just Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate. And if I ever cancel my console, I'm never going to be able to get it back. I have to either go with the more expensive Game Pass, which is like, it's not crazy. It's like the difference between like $14 and $18 Canadian. But then if I go Game Pass Ultimate, then I have all of the Game Pass games available to me here on the PC, on Windows, which means that I can stream them. So if any new games come out that are part of Game Pass, I'll be able to do that. And right now, the only other games that are on my radar for streaming in the future are Borderlands 4, but that's coming up in September. And that's why I want to finish West Hill in August, is because I want to take a nice break. I'll still play Minecraft a couple days a week, but I want to make sure that I'm taking advantage of some of the new games that I really want to play. You're thinking about getting into Grounded or Borderlands 4? Very different experiences. Although the sense of humor in Grounded is pretty good. I like that it's set in the 90s. That's cool. Grounded? Yeah, Grounded 2. Grounded is still apparently really good. Like the first game. I was always tempted, but I feel like it passed me by. And then I never went back to it. And then this summer I've just been so focused on finishing West Hill that I just didn't feel like it was the right time. All right, I say we're good. I don't think we need to sit here all day. Don't need that anymore. That's topped up. And we can get out of here. Turn the music back up, or the volume back up. Is it me, or does that still seem low? Yeah. My volume did not come back up. That's really strange. I wonder if I clicked one of these by accident. Does anybody notice if I changed one of these? I must have clicked it. I must have clicked it by accident. I'll have to go back and watch the VOD. I guess I can put that back in there too. Yeah, you should be able to clip from VODs, but I tend to go through and delete clips that are dumb. I had originally had clips restricted to just myself and editors because what was happening was people were coming in and they were using a clip to like bookmark where they were in the VOD. So like you'd go to my clips page and it would be just like a 30-second clip of me staring at my inventory. Like it was real silly. And so I turned it off. So depending on what clips are made, I will turn it back off again. If it becomes a problem. And I've never seen any other streamer have that issue. I don't know why. Miss Turk7, hello. Thanks for the email for the show yesterday. Appreciate it. How you been? I'm just very bookmarkable. Well, there are other ways to do it. Because people go to my clips, new viewers on my channel go to my clips and are like, hey, I wonder if Joel's cool. Wonder if he does some cool stuff. And if the clips are just me staring at my inventory, then it's not great. It's definitely bold. It's a bold choice. The new garden. Looks good from here though. I don't think I have things in my inventory to fix it up. I have to go back to the little shulker box island. Oh yeah, they 100% automatically save to my page. Yep. Anybody that makes a clip, the clip is just right there on my page. Yeah, that's why I stopped. That's why I removed it. Unfortunately, Twitch doesn't give you the ability to give like tiers. Like I would love to have clips be something that only subs could make, you know? And last time I checked, that wasn't a thing that you could do. If it is, somebody please correct me. All right, we need some coral. And I've got the silk touch thing. I think that's all I need. It's probably something worth thinking about, Nookie. It could be bots. You could be right. Oops. Yeah, they definitely look better than the fans. I think I'm going to add another one in there. I think I want another one here on the end. Yep, I'm going to add a few more. No worries, Mr. X7. I go through every email that we receive on Spawn Chunks and I rewrite it and keep the spirit of it, but I remove stuff. I mean, I didn't have to remove anything from yours. But sometimes people spend like a paragraph saying like how lovely the show is and how much they like us, which is wonderful. But if we read that off every single time, it starts to get a little bit monotonous. So I'll shorten that to something. But then also I'll go through and correct spelling mistakes, and I will sometimes rephrase sentences to be more in line with how Johnny and I speak. And sometimes that's just preference. Other times we'll have listeners that write in where English might not be their first language. And so sometimes we have to sort that out. Also, something that's just completely personal. I find it easier to read with Oxford commas when I'm reading aloud. And so I add all kinds of extra stuff like that. And that's just so Johnny and I have an easier time reading it on the show and we don't have to like repeat ourselves. What am I looking for? I need roots. And that should be it. But it's great to see you here on stream. It's been a minute. I'm going to change this one. I'm going to change this one. And I think there was one more. It's one of these ones, I think. Now that I've got a few, I'm getting greedy. The hitbox on this needs to be a little bit smaller, in my opinion. It's definitely a statement. I don't know that I'd want to do the whole top tier. I mean, you can't see it from the road anyway. But the other one you can. So one thing that we could do to make it more interesting is we could maybe do every other row. So it would be kind of fun. Instead of having like a big bed of red, we could maybe do like a red one there and a red one there. That might break things up a little bit too. And then do the opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so that would work. We'd offset them, so like if this was red, then this would be green. We just like zigzag them. That could be fun. I'd need more than 24 coral, but that's fine. But it definitely looks good when you mix it up. Like, I feel like the berry bushes help soften it a bit. And the coral definitely helps the repetitive nature of the netherwort. It does work better in smaller beds. Like it does tend to look a little bit better over here at the bee farm. Because it's just a little, well, I guess it's, yeah, I guess not too bad. But like the little spikies on that really work. Nice. Look at me using the paths that I just made. Fun times. I think I'm going to leave all this here because when we come back next time, we will be working on the waterfall. And it's right there. So it makes sense to leave all of this here. I need to put this in. Nope. No. Maybe there's a better way. Have some of these guys in multiple boxes. Vanilla beets always look more like rhubarb for you. Yeah, well, it's beetroot, and they're an odd thing. I've not seen anything that looks like that. My custom beetroot texture looks like actual beets. I looked up a picture, and I made the art myself. So they definitely beets look pretty much like that. And you think they're bright, but like beets are really that bright in real life. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think it looks pretty good. So today we managed to get a little custom gardening done. We've also added a couple of paths over here just to kind of polish off some stuff that we noticed that was kind of problematic. We've got a path that leads to the bee farm. So these are friendly neighbors. And then we've got a little path here that cuts down onto the road rather than having to go all the way around, which I think just makes sense. Especially if you're coming from here, your backyard farm, and you need to go get some water from the pond or something. Like, I feel like this is a much easier path to do that. Very cool. And then, of course, we also spent some time working on the green patch down here where we added some rocks and some thistles. Just kind of roughed up this area a little bit. This is another place where there might have been a good spot for a path. It might be good. Remember where I said I couldn't figure out what to do here? Maybe a little dirt path through here would make sense. Yeah, I like this a lot. I think this looks good. Worked out quite well. So we're going to pass you along to somebody else playing Minecraft. We'll see who's live right now. It's hard to do without your UI up on screen. Yeah, that's a bold choice, but fun for sure. Who's live? Pearlescent Moon is live. We've also got Soup for Eloise, Hills, Pixriffs is playing Claire Obscure. Oh, Pearlescent Moon is building with vibrant visuals. That sounds like a fantastic way to end a stream with bright colors. So we're going to pass you on to Pearlescent Moon. I don't know whether they're obviously in Bedrock, I guess. So thanks so much for being here, folks. I really appreciate all the support. Thanks for the fantastic hype train. Lots of gift subs, lots of people resubbing. Do check out the Patreon page. There is a brand new patron server. So members of my community that are supporting me at the community server level have access to a Minecraft server where they can play together. It's community run. I don't do anything other than just be an admin in terms of the technicality, but there's moderators, or at least one moderator, and there is a community chat. So everything is kind of being done by committee. So it's a vanilla server. There's no real tweaks to it right now. A couple of game rules that have changed, like fire tick, that kind of thing, but a lot of it is very, very straightforward vanilla gameplay. And I really appreciate the support. It's one of the great ways to support me here on stream. It renews automatically every month. And right now, that server level, that community server level, is 20% off until the 15th of August to celebrate the relaunch of the server. So I really appreciate folks that are on there and folks that are thinking about checking it out. If you have any questions, you can either DM me on Twitter, or if you're part of the Discord already, then you can always send me a DM on Twitter, or just ask some people that are already playing on the server. So far, it looks like it's a pretty good time. There's a new episode of the Spawn Chunks out right now. That's available on YouTube. It's available on Spotify and your favorite podcasting app. Both video versions are available on YouTube and Spotify, but prefer YouTube as a venue for the video version because we have got some advertising revenue for that, which we appreciate. And the Spawn Chunks also has a Patreon. So if you want to support the show, check out patreon.com/thespawnchunks. It helps us make that podcast. It's a full day's work. Like Johnny and I have got to prep, we've got to record, we've got to edit, we've got to publish, and that takes our full Monday. So any support on the Spawn Chunks, we really, really appreciate. And I'll be back tomorrow with a snapshot stream, as far as I know. A new snapshot came out today, so we'll be checking out all the new copper stuff. And I will see you all then, 10 a.m. Atlantic. That's 9 a.m. in the eastern of the U.S. Bye for now.